So folks, there is a lot of buzz about Mephisto possibly showing up in MCU. The pure devil, the actual devil that made the Ghost Rider and made a lot of problem in the Marvel comics. Especially with the upcoming Agatha Coven the Chaos series. While Mephisto never appeared in MCU, the talk around him is back, and we are going to hear his name more often as the show progresses. In fact, it's almost confirmed that Mephisto's name will be dropped in the third episode of Agatha series. Recently, in interviews with the Marvel exclusive, they mentioned some exciting things, especially about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and how it might tie into Agatha series. According to an executive, the events of Multiverse of Madness will be addressed in some way in Agatha, giving us more context and maybe even explaining what happened in that movie. One of the most interesting parts of the interview is when Mary Livanos, a producer for Agatha and WandaVision, hinted that certain name will be dropped in the third episode of Agatha. Based on everything we know, it has to be Mephisto. It was heavily speculated to appear in the WandaVision, but it never happened. Now it looks like Marvel is finally going to bring him into the MCU, starting with a simple name drop. Livanos also mentioned how Marvel was delighted by all the fan stories around the WandaVision, especially the ones about Mephisto. While she didn't confirm anything outright, her reaction definitely suggests there's more to come. What's more, Agatha, WandaVision, and the upcoming Vision Quest series are still connected, forming somewhat of trilogy. That's the pure act from Marvel. They made series like trilogy series, and that's something that you can't see franchises can do, like trilogy as series, not the series with the seasons, like different series as a trilogy. And that was one of the things that I liked about this whole Agatha, WandaVision, and Vision thing. You know, if it's gonna happen, we gotta have it. That's perfect. This also points to the return of Wanda. If I want to mention it, the tease does that Wanda gonna come back in the Agatha's series. In the comics, we have a Wanda's kid were tied to Mephisto, which further hints that his role in MCU could be significant, because we have the emanation kids from Wanda in the WandaVision. And now, if they wanna come back in the Agatha series, meaning the Mephisto's appearance gonna be more like, it makes more sense for Mephisto to be appearance in the Agatha Chaos. Also, there were reports that Sacha Baron Cohen might play Mephisto in Ironheart series. And insiders said Mephisto could be major villain in the supernatural side of the MCU. This could be basically tie him to the characters like Blade, Ghost Rider, and Moon Knight, setting him up as a big threat across the several shows and movies. As for Doctor Strange, Marvel executives have hinted that Agatha might explain or justify some of the things that happened in Multiverse of Madness. There's a possibility that we could get more answers about Wanda and how she fits into all of this. All in all, it seems like Agatha Coven Chaos is going to be more important to the MCU than some might think. We'll just have to wait for a show and see how it's going and how it all plays out. But one thing's for sure, Mephisto influences is coming. They are putting a lot of effort in order to introduce the Mephisto the way they want it, the way the Mephisto really should be introduced in the MCU, because Mephisto is not just some random villain. He's the actual evil, and they want to bring him in order to. When the Mephisto comes, Ghost Rider will come. When the Mephisto comes, Moon Knight probably will come back in order to, support the supernatural side of the MCU. When that comes, we're gonna have a lot of more that's coming for basically Blade. Even if they change the actor, they still have to make a Blade to stay against the Mephisto, because these are all Midnight Suns. At some point, we may have Doctor Strange in that side, and this is the whole thing about the why Mephisto is important to be in the MCU, like as much as early as possible, because there's a story that's going in the other side, and they wanna go for the supernatural stuff. And the first sign we got, it was the Werewolf by Night, which came like 1 or 2 years ago, basically 2 years ago, and that was one of the movies that I really enjoyed that I watched. If they want to keep influence that side, they need to introduce the Mephisto. With that being said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And if you know something that I didn't mention in video, just comment below. See you next time.